The United States, and I say this to you as an economist, for the first time in a century, the United States has a real, serious economic competitor. You know, World War I ended that issue. The United States emerged top of the heap. The two potential challengers, Britain and Germany, had defeated themselves in that war. They were no match. The Japanese tried a little bit. They came too little, too late, and they were wiped out in World War II. And the United States, top of the pile, top of the heap. The Soviet Union, whatever you think of it, was never an economic competitor of the United States. Much too poor, much too underdeveloped. They couldn't do it. They never could. And nobody who's ever been involved in real economic history would imagine. But that is no longer true. I am not arguing for or against, but the People's Republic of China is a new, real phenomena for the United States.
It's a new competitor.
Americans cannot get their heads around it. I understand it. Nobody wants to live in the empire when it's declining. It's a lot of fun when it's going up. It is not a lot of fun when it comes down. It's like certain drugs, a very different experience going up and coming down. Let me give you just a couple of examples so you understand. One of the most important economic tools in the world today is rapid trains. Trains that go a couple hundred miles an hour, that cut down the time to go from one city to another for a person or for cargo. That changes the pricing dynamic of everything because it is cheaper and easier to have people meet and to have goods move. It's going to be a significant part of the global competition in the years ahead. The world has quite a long track of really fast trains. 2/3 of the world's fast trains are located in the People's Republic of China. 0 in the United States. I could give you many more examples. Just think about that one. The fastest thing we have is the train that runs from Boston to Washington, D.C., the Acela, which I have taken many times. It is not a fast train. It's faster than the usual trains in the United States, but it doesn't compare with the TGV, if you know what that is, in Europe, or the fast trains in China. You can't do this. Most of the vast majority of cities that are large, of 1 million or more, are in People's Republic of China. They keep building cities before they move the people in, so that the cities are rationally organized in relationship to the transportation, in relationship to the different neighborhoods and different kinds of work that people have. The whole urban reality is fundamentally different and organized. The Chinese have a government that mobilizes public and private capitalism, public and private enterprises to achieve priority goals. Here are the 3 goals they've achieved you might want to think about. Number 1, growth in total output, called GDP. How fast does the growth in the total output of goods and services, how fast does it grow? For the last 25 years, the average annual growth of GDP in China has been between 6 and 9%. Over the exact same 25 years, the annual average growth of GDP in the United States has been between 2 and 3%. Do you understand the Chinese, for a quarter of a century, have produced economic growth 3 times as fast as the United States? Of course they're catching up. Of course, simply drawing the line of the graph means that before this decade is over, the largest economy in the world will be China, not the United States. Okay? Here's the second priority, real wages. What happens to the average wage in money that a Chinese worker is paid relative to the prices he or she has to pay at the store? That's what we call the real wage. the money wage adjusted for the cost of living. In the United States, over the last 25 years, the real wage has moved very, very little, less than 0.5% per year. We have a stagnant real wage. By the way, that's one of the reasons the white male working class is as upset as it is. Over the same 25 years, get ready now, the real wage of the average Chinese worker has quadrupled. This is not a contest. The contest is over. It's only now the results of who won and who lost.